Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon back, and shit's hit the fan. Okay, so yeah, my first video back at home, and we're here to talk about Temporal Dimension. You know, this event that we have here with the Cabal. This is the biggest shit show that I have ever seen. We're going to be covering what I have done so far today. We're going to take a look. We're going to skim through some of the footage that I basically recorded, like an hour or so. We're not going to be going through the whole hour. I'm going to be skipping through a little bit and showing you some parts of this run that has been an absolute shit show. Like, I'm not even joking. Like how ridiculously crazy this is. And I just want to say right now, like, if you are a newer mid-game player, if you're like, you only need G14 to enter, but don't fucking bother. Because if you don't have them maxed out at like 100 G18, I don't think you're going to clear this within a reasonable time frame. So there's no strategy in this video here today. It's just going over what I've done. And then maybe we can go over, leave some comments down below your experiences with this. But mine has so far has been an absolute disaster. This is not fun content. And I think that this is way worse than Kiln. And it's just not good. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. So this is where I ended today. I mean, I could keep pushing with some more resets and things like that, but honestly, you're going to see by the end of this that I don't think there's any point. The amount of resets that I would have to do on this is absolutely ridiculous. This note here, actually, the Cabal Hard 3 with Darkhold. I actually did a second attack here on this node, which did 0. Because you'll see later on when I go over the footage that Morgan Le Fay just one-shot me. So I did make it through over half of the nodes. I got a little bit of stuff, but realistically, if you can't clear it, there's like no point, right? Because you're getting red gear by the end, and some of the rewards on here is actually pretty garbage. Like, I could get this anywhere else, and it's nothing that fancy until you get to like the end. There's 1 diamond, and then like even that, it's the rewards. It's the first run rewards. You're getting some of this stuff, I get, but really it's the timed rewards because there's a 3 diamond ghost spider and some uniques and more red gear. So really that's what you're getting out of this. But holy shit. Okay, so unfortunately it doesn't show the actual enemies on the nodes here that I did. So we're going to take a look at the footage that I actually have, and then we're going to take a look at what's online in terms of their stats, because holy shit, any character with a striker ISO, watch out, because their hit points are just absolutely insane. So I split my characters apart. I have them on, obviously, for any adjacent attacks, things like that. It's just so it doesn't bounce around. We're going to skip through a bit. So the first node wasn't that hard. The first 2 nodes weren't that hard. There were some shield characters on here. It's fine. Some of them, I don't know if they actually hit that hard. It was fine. My cooldowns are there. And then there's more shield characters. Again, it was fine. You do get some NPC characters on some of the nodes where they're kind of alongside the Cabal, but they're pretty garbage. Like, a lot of them are garbage. There's a few good ones. Other than that, it's like, who the hell is designing these nodes? So that's node 1. We're going to skip ahead a little bit here. We're going to cycle through every 30 seconds. And then the second node, now this was quite interesting because you just got the Cabal against more shield, but then now you have like Agent Coulson and Yo-Yo and Nick Fury and shit like this. And it was a little bit of a pain in the ass. And sometimes when the shield troopers actually did their special, it did do a fair bit of damage. You can see that, like, my Namor and PS. Okay, so at this time, all of my characters were G1685. I have recently then upgraded my Namor to G17. That was kind of like the last 2 nodes that I did, but other than that, this is all running G16. They're all running Striker ISO, but I'm thinking that you might actually want to consider running Leader as a healer ISO. I think that might actually help in some instances, but that's just me. I think that it was pretty crazy, I think, when we actually started doing this. So we're going to move on through this one a little bit more. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. So that was this note. Again, nothing that crazy. This one was pretty okay. This is node number 2, though. It's very early on, right? And then I want to show, can I scroll back to where we actually click? So this is node 3, and this is Invaders. This Invaders and Rebirth, I guess. This wasn't that bad either. There was some issues with the Bucky Barnes hitting really effing hard. But other than that, also this Juggernaut NPC that you get did absolutely nothing. Like, I don't even know if he took a turn when I was using him because he ended up dying beforehand. So anyone that attacks with a Striker ISO, their stats are just very underwhelming, these NPC characters. So just wanted to let people know about that one. Other than that, this first wave actually was not that difficult. Didn't really have any troubles, at least at G16. Don't even bother trying Temporal Dimension if you're anything less than that, honestly. But even then, you're probably not going to get to the end. And so I just wanted to kind of temper people's expectations in terms of what you're probably going to clear and what you're not going to clear. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit here. And so you can see here, actually, the two Bucky Barnes with offense up. This is where I started to have some problems a little bit. I was stuck behind Winter Soldier because apparently they get taunt, and I have no idea who's triggering that. But it's the bleeds. So you can see here the Juggernaut almost died, but it's actually the bleed damage because they got an insane amount of hit points and in their stats. And for whatever reason, the bleeds are ticking for a shit ton of damage. Pretty sure Juggernaut just takes his turn and then eventually dies. Oh, no, never mind. He just dies right there. But you'll find out pretty soon that like right there, you can see that Namor took a shit ton of damage. Like, just it's insane. He did end up. I'm pretty sure he survived this actually, probably from the regens, and also that leader helps clear negative status effects. So that's quite helpful. But yeah, he's taking a real big beating, and we do survive with Namor intact, mostly from leader's healing. And we ended up making through this. This last wave was total bullshit as well. There was like 3 Iron Fists, and they all cycle through their stun. It's just absolute insanity. And then you're stuck on She-Hulk. So what's really crazy about these nodes is that they spawn with full turn bar. When the wave hits, they get 100% turn bar. Also, their stats are wonky, like absolutely crazy jacked up. And I think that their cooldowns are fucked around too. Because I've been talking to people in my Discord who've been saying that certain nodes that they're basically doing their attacks more frequently than they should, and it's just absolute insanity. The problem is that the web msf.gg with the raid map is not functioning that well, except you can kind of go through the web links and find the nodes. We'll take a look at that on some of the more final nodes and their stats on that one. Again, I ended up getting through this, but it wasn't that fun. Once you got past the stupid Iron Fist shit, it got a little bit easier. And then I guess making sure your cooldowns are as high as they possibly can before you end the level. That's really important there. So we do end up clearing that. That's node number, what was that, node number 4, I think it was. And so I want to go take a look at this one. This is the bullshit node. This is New Avengers. You can see here there's just one Tigra, and then you have this massive Ronin. It's not even that massive. It's like 340k. But he strikers for like 3 million damage. I'm not even joking. He'll one-shot all your characters. And then you have basically other characters who put up, mainly Mockingbird with her ult, who's going to be putting up vulnerabilities on your characters. And also the insane amount of skirmisher characters. So I want to run this. This node took me the longest because it was really bullshit. So here was it here at the start? I'm just trying to, yeah. So right here, there's a lot of bullshit with this Tigra, and that's not even the hard part. The hard part is actually Ronin. This is the first time where I ended up bailing out, or that I ended up wiping, and then I just basically sacked it. So first of all, you get 2 characters as an NPC. You get Abomination, and then you get Graviton. Graviton's fucking... he's not completely useless, actually. You can use him to stun certain characters later on. But I just want to show you this. And then all the characters, when they jump in, they get like 100% turn bar. But that bleed from Tigra... So even though I have over 50% health, he's going to like die. As soon as Namor takes his turn, he's going to bleed out. Because those bleeds are doing like, I think 10 to 15% damage per bleed icon. It's just absolutely insane because of the stats that the characters have internally that are kind of changed. And that part's great. Like, I wasn't even looking, honestly. I wasn't looking at my screen. He's already dead. Like, he just dropped. And that's exactly what happened when I was playing it. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And so I backed out and I tried it again. That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a lot of this, right? I'm actually not. I'm gonna skip through it because that was a lot of bullshit. Honestly, it took me a lot of attempts. I'm cycling 30 seconds here, and you can kind of see how I did. Oh, I actually did. Maybe I made it. Actually, let's see. Did I make? There's a Ronin that ends up dropping, which is more bullshit. Actually, is he here there in the corner? No, he's not down yet. When he does actually drop, the Ronin wave is just absolute bullshit too. Because oh no, everyone died. Did I back out? Namor died somehow, probably from Tigra, because I wasn't able to kill Tigra. You need to kill that Tigra. It's between... Oh, Ronin's there. Yeah, Ronin's bullshit, too. He was in stealth. I couldn't see him. So there's Ronin. Yeah, I think I let myself die. Like, it was so bullshit, I didn't even back out. I just said, fuck it. You know, we're going to go through that. So then I ended up doing it again, and then I healed them up with the packs, right? Because I think that they're trying to sell these fucking packs. And you get them in the free claim. Make sure you're grabbing that. But they do not stack above 250. So make sure you use them first before you end up claiming it. So you get, as the daily free claim, you would have had 250. There's also 250 on the free claim on the web. So make sure that you're using them before you claim the one on the web, which you'll see me use in a little while here. So I ended up doing it again. I reset this so many times before I got the right RNG. I think I tried to make sure that I used my that Graviton NPC to stun Tigeret, and I just did whatever I could to kill that Tigeret, and then I had to make sure to move on to Ronin after. Those are two of the biggest threats. It's really just 100. I think at that point I just let Tigeret bleed out, and really those two are the biggest threats is Ronin and Tigeret because their striker ISO is just absolutely insane. Did I go for the stun? Oh, I don't know what I did, but anyways, I'm pretty sure I ended up clearing this, but it took 2 attempts. It's just really bullshitty, and there could be a lot of oh right there, yeah, that was bullshit. Did you see that? Hold on, let's back that up. Right here. Right here is right here, right? He just gets like fucking 573,000, like 700,000. Oh, this is just basic. Okay, it wasn't even the striker attack. I've seen like a 3 million damage striker eye, so I'm not even lying. So I think I backed out of that one actually. I was like, you know what, fuck it. And I went back in again, do it again, song and dance. So this node took me quite a long time. We're already at 24 minutes actually on my recorded footage. And and then I went back. I said, you know what? I said, fuck it. And I went back and I upgraded name. This is where I upgraded Namor to Gear Tier 17. I said, you know what? Fuck this. And then that I don't even think that's going to be enough. And so the question is whether or not I'm going to continue to put stuff into Cabal, money into Cabal, because I don't. I think that from what I've been talking about, even you would need about 100 G18, I think. And even then, the star levels might be an impediment because your stats are just not that high, being at a 3 or 4 star Iron Patriot in the leader. So it is what it is there. I think I went back in. We eventually clear this. I want to get to the real bullshit actually, which is like the Darkhold node. I think I did end up clearing it. Where am I at? So they grace you with this really easy node after the new Avengers node. It's absolutely hilarious. There's like 6 enemies. Where is it? They're there. It's like 6 enemies. It's like defenders, goes for hire, super fucking easy. And so they just like they make you go through this painful node with the new Avengers. And this one was pretty easy. I managed to clear this no problem. Obviously, it's like 6 enemies, super easy. I don't even need an NPC. They didn't even give you one anyways, but it doesn't matter. And so it's the next one. No, actually, this one wasn't that bad. It was kind of annoying. This next one here, which is basically was a Spider-Man Big Time Shadowland, and then there was a final wave of Spider-Man Big Time Noir and Spider-Weaver. So that was a little bit of pain in the ass. This part was really easy. I'm just going to gloss over this one really quickly. But it was, and they give you a Kid Loki and a Scientist Supreme. Like, who the fuck is making these notes? So this was the issue because they had an insane amount of hit points. Like, I'm not even joking. Their damage seemed to be a bit on the lower end. Like, I wasn't that, despite the bleeds, I wasn't actually that concerned. But it's the fact that they had like all these million terms of safeguard because I'm pretty sure Crucible bonuses are on. I mean, they must be, I think, because of the turn bar removal from Namor's ultimate. So that means Tangled Web is getting a shit ton of Crucible bonuses as well. These like massive stacks of safeguard. Honestly, didn't know they even got 4 turns of safeguard, so I'm not even sure what some of this is coming from. But nonetheless, I fought my way through this. This took a long time. They had a lot of health. And so I just went back and forth, like beating them. Eventually, their safeguard and immunity dropped. And then at that point, you can put some debuffs on them, which is, all the assists that you get from Iron Patriot is going to put all those debuffs. And that's where it ended up making a big difference. And then we eventually just kind of knocked them down from there. And so it wasn't that hard at that point. And then we eventually cleared the node. This is where I want to leave you with, guys. And this is the Darkhold absolute bullshit. It's actually Infinity Watch and then Darkhold. So it's not the Infinity Watch that's the problem. It's actually pretty easy. I'm going to, again, skim through this as well. Wasn't really that bad, this part here. You do get an NPC Morgan Le Fay, and you get an NPC Archangel. It is what it is, I guess. They're okay. The stats are okay. They actually survived until I got to the Darkhold wave. But I'm going to skip ahead here because I want to show you how bullshit that the Darkhold wave is on this node. It's literal garbage. And I don't know what they're thinking with it. And I'm not even towards the end, right? Like, there's still like many more nodes. I think I still have like 5 more nodes to get through. It's just absolute crazy, and I don't even know if I will, because I want to show you what happens when the Darkhold wave drops, which should be pretty soon here. Yeah, let's back this up to when they dropped in. So they dropped in, and we got all that. 2 Agathas, Quicksilver, 2 Stranges, 2 Morgan Le Fays. It's absolute horseshit. Okay, so I don't even know. Like, I think I want to go for. You really want to go for Quicksilver first? Absolutely. Not only that, but Quicksilver can also do a shit ton of debuffs. Quicksilver can also summon Scarlet Witch, and it gets really messy. And I did my best. I just did not have the damage. And so right off the bat, actually, Quicksilver starts with their alt. That's interesting because I'm pretty sure they don't normally. So there we go. We Quicksilver and then Quicksilver into the special, and I'm getting obliterated. I got all the debuffs. Tried to use the Morgan Le Fay ultimate to spread some more debuffs, but didn't really do much there. And then I start to get annihilated, right? At that point, there's just, I'm slowed. I have all these debuffs on my different characters. I get stunned. It's a load of shit. And so I think I might did I actually get a turn or shit hit the fan? I want to show you what happens when Morgan Le Fay uses her special. I wasn't gonna use my special because you don't want to use that if you're slow if your characters are slowed, because then it puts you at a disadvantage turn bar wise. I'm pretty sure, anyways. Or maybe not actually with the passes, because they can't get their turn bar changed, or is that the enemies? I don't remember. So I tried to go after Quicksilver and try to kill him, but I just didn't have the damage to do it. I want to show you. I'm pretty sure. Oh, when we get to my second attack, actually. So I just ended up dying here, right? Okay, so that's fine. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. So I'm going back in for a second round, and this is where I realized that I can get the free claim online. That's what I'm doing on the side of my second monitor, and I'm getting the free claim for the heal packs. I healed my characters. I go back in. This is the last 40 seconds of the footage they have, and so I want to leave you with this one here because it's absolute baloney. Like, there's no other words for this. I come back from vacation to this fucking event. Okay, here we go. Morgan Le Fay. Boom! Like, literally kills, well, killed Archangel, but it basically put everyone else on death's door on one special. And then we go in for another Quicksilver ult, which I'm not even sure if he should be able to do that, because it's on a very long cooldown, and I don't think he took that many turns from when it was used on the first time. But hey, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, right? And I'm fucked at that point. And then and everyone else finishes up. And then actually we got a second one. A second Morgan Le Fay special, and just watch this. Boom! Everyone's fucking toast. And there you have it, guys. That's Temporal Dimension. Am I going to do more? Who knows? Am I going to waste money? No. Am I going to upgrade my Cabal further? Honestly, I don't know. Actually, no, that's not. I was lying. That's not the end. The end is here. That I want to show you the actual nodes here. So I want to show you this black cat on the next node. Look over here on the side. Black cat has a boost of 3,400% hit points. Okay. Absolutely crazy. And she's got a striker ISO, which means that she's going to one-shot you regardless, because she's going to have so much hit points, and the striker ISO is based on how much hit points you have. It's so fucked up. Are there any other characters? Pavitra has a 600% extra health with the striker down there. Same thing, but less damage, because Black Cat's going to absolutely fuck you up. And then on the other nodes, these are the going forward. There's oh wait, that's the same one. This one here, I think this is the second to last node. It's like absolutely insane. Are there any strikers here? There's Beta Ray Bill, actually, with 5,300% fucking health. He's going to one-shot anyone. Like, the numbers are just absolutely insane. In the final level, it's just not even possible. I don't even think it's possible. Like, there's just, like, there's look at these stats. It's not even those. Look at this shit. Kestrel's got a boost of what? 3,900% health. Now, granted, Kestrel is not actually a striker, but the stats are just so fucked up. All of these characters have 3,900% health. It's insane. This Hulkbuster has 820,000 power and with a boost of 10,000% health and 25% damage reduction caked in. With all of these fucking Iron Mans who have 5,200% health, and then we have a Kestrel at the bottom with 2 million power, with health of 9,200%, damage 350, armor 4. You can see it on the side here. That's it. That's it, guys. I don't know what the fuck they were smoking. But this isn't fun. This is not good content. And you know, whoever ends up beating this, great. You know, there's a couple of people, but these are probably the biggest of whales. I don't even know how far I am. It doesn't fucking matter. I don't know if I'll be able to clear it, because the rest of the nodes are just absolutely insane. And this is not fun compared to what things have been in the past. You shouldn't have to max out your fucking character and have like 7 yellow, 7 red. Absolute baloney. I came back from holiday for this. That's it, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you on the blog post tomorrow.